Oh yeah, that's all working. Left up, right up, up, up. So little throws on here. Okay.
It's Wednesday. I think my mic is working. Yes, it is. My glasses are dirty. The table is not ready. But hey, we're going to finish the Ranger 2000, which we just watched crash. 8-bit FPVs in the house, or possibly, with his peaceful alien invasion. I can't see, so I have to clean these glasses. This is the remnants of the other hobby that I've been cheating on this hobby with, and that is I'm building a G1000 sort of simulator for my flight simulator. I'm building a cockpit like panel. So I've got these dual rotary encoders. I got a bunch of push buttons soldered to this perf board. I've got a panel 3D printed corner piece of a G1000. Got buttons and dual rotary encoders and perf board. We got to put all this crap away because we're not working on that, because this is not a channel about flight simulators. Yo, what's up? I do love just about all things aviation though, and flight simulators are in a renaissance period these days, in case you don't know. The Microsoft and X-Plane are both rocking it. And so then there's some, there's just some kick-ass software out there. There's this freeware called MobiFlight that's going to allow me to hook up all this stuff to both simulators. It's going to be cool. It's going to have a G1000 3D printed panel, but yeah, who cares, right? I know. I had to figure out all the electronics. That's what all these notes are. And I just didn't get a chance to finish putting it away before this started, because I'm a slacker. All right, well, you've come to the right place. Well, I don't know if you've come to the right place, but I love that same thing. And what I have specialized in, since you're the only one here, I'll just talk directly to you. I've been building flight test planes. I think you've been on this stream before, if I remember, but so you probably already know this, but oh, look at how dirty this one is. We're going to clean it. We're going to clean it while we're talking. Maybe if I out of diaper wipes. Baby wipes are the best thing to clean planes with, because they're not harmful and they not too much water. Anyway, this is my last baby wipe, so we'll use this one. I love building these things too. You want to get into it? You can ask me questions. I'm sure there's a lot of, I always say, I'm not an expert. Don't do as I do. But I have built a lot of these things. But what are you going to, how small can a good flying wing go? Well, if you're going to have a flight controller in it, then pretty small. These days, there's pretty small ones. I'm trying to think of that. Some of the ones that have been reviewed recently by people like Painless 360. I'm sure you've watched his channel. Sorry, I'm distracted by getting that. Okay, we're going to finish cleaning this up while I... But yeah, how small can you go? Probably like 400 millimeters, so 400 millimeter wingspan, I would say, would be about the smallest practical size for a wing. There's the smallest plane that I have that I still haven't built is a Drift. That's pretty small. It's got a little carbon fiber boom. I can't remember the wingspan, but I think it's about 600. For me, the smallest I like to go is about that, but the practical smallest I would go would be 600 millimeters. So that's 600 millimeters is from between my fingertips. That's 600 millimeters 400 millimeters would be probably the smallest size that I can imagine something, but it could probably even be smaller than that. If you had a tiny flight controller, like a Maytech, I think it's called the WTE now. I'm so old school now. Time has passed by. I have a bunch of these tiny flight controllers that are, here's one. F411WSE. These are no longer made, and you don't even want one of these. You want the newest version, which would be the WTE, I believe. The problem that you're going to maybe have depends on what you do with it, but the F411, those little flight controllers, only have 2 UARTs. So if you want to do anything fancy with it, then you're going to have problems. But that would be my answer, would be practically between 600 and 400 millimeter wingspan. That would be the smallest I would go. These arrows are the smallest planes I usually fly, and these are about 900 millimeters, I think. These are 900 millimeters. And so these can be very stable. So of course the problem when you get smaller is that it's harder to keep it stable. But with a flight controller, not so bad. 850. This is 850. And that's about the smallest I fly. But the Ranger 2000 is big. And that's what we're flying. That's what we're going to fix today. And at the end of the last live stream, I ended the live stream, and then I proceeded to break the plane. And I'll explain that in just a minute. What's the weight? Oh, the weight. Well, that one's way too heavy. Don't count that as a practical weight. But the smallest weight, those things, a drift can be around 250 grams. I think a drift can get on, it's about probably, practically with FPV stuff, it's probably more 300 gramish, I think. Let's look it up here. Let's look up a small wing just real quick. I'll do that real quick. We can do that. Let's see here. Give me a second to switch to, we'll go to drift, RC plane. Oh, and I got to turn on the desktop center. Is that it? Okay. Yeah. There we go. $239. Holy crap-a-moly. Let's see. Get FPV. Oh, that's big. The drift is 877. I didn't realize it was that big. How much does it weigh? How much does it weigh? Empty weight. Oh, see? Kit empty weight. PMP empty weight. FPV empty weight 185. So this, even though it's got a pretty big wingspan, 877, the same as that FT Arrow that I just showed, this is definitely, under 250. I'm hoping I don't know anything about wings. That's okay. You don't have to know. I didn't started off not knowing anything either. That's for damn sure. Okay, so this is pretty light. That would be pretty light. This would be a good plane to try to start with. It's not that expensive. I mean, this one, what is this version? Back ordered in stock, the PNP version, $89.99 for the PNP version. So that comes with servos and a motor and an ESC. So you'd have to get a receiver and FPV gear for it. And if you got something I mean, some people just put see what's in front of this little thing right there. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. There we go. Well, let's get rid of that. That little guy right there is an all-in-one FPV system. So it's got the camera and the FPV VTX right in one unit, right in the front. And then the little tiny battery goes in here. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I have one in a box. I have one here in stock for me to build someday. What is another light plane? I'm drawing a blank, but there's, let's go look. Oops, let's go reset. Another one a good start with would be, let's go look at planes. FPV planes. Now this is in the United States, get FPV. Okay, so there's the mini Sonic model, not the AR Wing Pro. Now this is an awesome plane. I just repaired one in my live streams about 3 weeks ago. The one I crashed to bits. I had the white foam version, but still. This is the kit, so that means it doesn't come with anything. It just comes with the foam and the bits to do this, the control rods here for the flaperons, and it doesn't come with any motor, ESC, receiver, FPV gear, servos, or anything like that. That's way over 250 grams. So if you're looking for a plane, what is that wing? There's a little tiny wing that's been out. Oh, what is it called? I can't think of it. Let's see what they got on the planes. Wings. This is the mini, there's a nano talon or something. It's like a plank. It's not quite a wing. What is it called? This one. Okay, so this little tiny stinker guy is a zipper, man, if you equip it right. And you could just search YouTube and look at the people that have done videos on this. But this is also a good, this one might be a good one to start with if you're looking for 250 gram. It doesn't have, yeah, that's right. It does have 4 servos. So this is the unassembled. So this is a kit too for $50. I think that price is lower than it used to be. And of course, if you're shopping at Banggood and stuff like that, they have a lot of planes too. If you're an international shopper, if you're shopping outside the United States, the U.S. shippers are sometimes way expensive. So you need to go to places that are outside the United States to get decent prices. Okay, so let's look for where in the hell is RC Airplane. Let's see what they've got here. So this is a good place to look and go to, they got all kinds of crap. So how would I filter this? FPV 3. So they've got the drift. Okay, the He-Wing. He-Wing makes, what is that He-Wing? The He-Wing, He-Wing. He-Wing RC plane. They have, the Ranger, 730 millimeters. This is probably way over 250 grams too. Yeah, because it's the twin. This is one of the ones I want to build one day. Not quite, I want to put a pan tilt on top of it. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, that's where I would start. Look around. S800. That's probably over 250 too. That's a little plane. It's an 800 millimeter. I've got one of those in a box too, waiting to be built. And then there is the that little cheapy plane, that wing. That's, what is it called? I have one of those in a box and I can't even think of what it's called. Anyway, drift looks cool. Yes, Talon, yeah. So those are 2 to start with in the 250 gram range would be the those 2 ZOHD planes, the Talon and the Drift. and look around for those. And then, of course, if you're talking about the drift, you've got to be very, I would get the PNP drift, so you get it with this, all the goodies. Let's look and see what it is in Banggood. I saw it here. Let's just do kit, drift. Oh, it was FPV. Oh, where did it go? I saw it here. Let's just search for it. Drift. Undo these. Doink. 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 Drift. Drift. The T1 is a nice plane. Yeah, that's a nice plane. I don't have one. That's one of the ones I don't have, but I've like drift RC plane. Where is it? There it is. So the FPV version. Oh, they're kind of expensive. 113 as compared to what did we were looking at? 100 bucks. Drift. This is back ordered. Never mind. They don't have that one in the. They don't have it in stock, so who cares what it costs? This one is in stock. Yeah, Banggood. 113 at the drift, and the T1 Ranger is probably not much different price than that. T1 Ranger. And then we better get to my builds because there it is. Oh yeah. This is the plane that I really want to buy this plane. Definitely want to buy this plane, but it's expensive for what you get. This is a kit. So that means you're not getting any motors, you're not getting any ESCs or servos or anything. You're not getting anything but the foam and the control horns and rods and the carbon fiber. You're getting all the body parts. You're not getting any electronics whatsoever. And the PNP version, they don't even have it. Do they have it in? Yeah, they have it in China. So it's cheaper. Yeah, it's the same price. The PNP version is more of a value, I think. Anyway, okay. That's my opinion on that. It's a lengthy answer to your question, but hey, appreciate you coming to watch the stream. We'll get back to me here. Am I here? I can't see because I've redone this studio. My workshop is in process because of my flight simulator addiction, and I have a flight simulator computer over there, and even that's sort of temporary because it's going to be like a cockpit built over here where the camera is, which is going to cause more problems. But anyway, let's get to the actual Ranger 2000 repair completion. Let me get it out of here without destroying it. Let's hope. So I'll explain what happened at the end of the last stream because we have to repair what I broke. So what happened is, so this is the crashed plane, right? And the body is the crashed body. And then I bought another Ranger 2000. So that's where this tail feathers came from. That's where the wings came from, which are over here in the box. And we're going to have to go into that box because... So what the deal is... Where is it? Oh, it's in here. Yeah. So there's two spars. And this little spar... I didn't change this spar out. I only changed this spar because here's what it looks like after the crash. Here it is. This is what happened to the spar, this spar, after the crash. So it's kind of bent. So, but this one I didn't think was bent, so I never checked it out. So then at the end of the very end of the last live stream, I finally got all the pieces on the wings, and I got all the wings together, and I clicked everything together, and I hooked up the radio, and I checked, put in the battery, which is still in here, and I tested it out with this bent spar. Well, it was kind of a little bit difficult to get the wings on, and I thought, well, you know, it's been crashed, whatever. Well, this spar has been bent. So what's happening is it was pushing inside the wings, making it exceptionally hard to push in together, and of course, conversely, to pull out. And so when I went to pull out this wing, I freaking broke the wiring off the wing. So we'll get that out, because I was pulling so hard to try to get it loose, and I mean, this was after the stream was over, so I'm like sitting here, right here, and I'm like taking this apart so I can put it away, so I can do other things in my workshop, my regular work, and then my flight simulator building, and all my addictions to different hobbies. So anyway, I had to get the wings off, and I yanked it out, and it broke all the wires off. So now, after having everything together at the last live stream, I have to, oh, you're welcome. I have to fix this. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to fix that first. I should take the battery out of here. Okay, so this is all the Ranger 2000 stuff. Here's the little broken receiver. Okay, so we're gonna fix this. So this is the part that we're gonna have to replace. I have to make another one of those because it broke basically at the solder joints. Well, it didn't really, but right after where I soldered the two wires together to make that connector. So we'll set this aside, and over here is the wing that when I was pulling it off, I pulled it off all right. So let's set that there, and let me get my get the little cradle that I'm using, the PC packing material that I had to hold the damn thing. Here it is. I like using these to hold up my stuff. So, okay. So I have another spar because I bought a brand new plane, remember? So now what we have to do is fix this. So we can get it in the camera here on the overhead, the crappy overhead camera. And one of these days will get replaced. So 11. Is that right? I can't see my preview now anymore because of my new setup. I'm going to have to do something about that. I'm going to actually, I'm going to stream from the other computer over here. That's what I'm going to do about it. Okay, so only one of these 4 needs to be fixed. 3 of the 4 need to be fixed. So here's the connector. Here's one that didn't break, I don't think. I hope it didn't. It stretched. I hope it didn't stretch so it doesn't connect. But it looks solid. This one looks okay. So basically what we have to do is clean this up here and re-solder onto this. That's what we're going to do. So let's get ready to do that. I'm going to clean up a few things real quick. Real quick. Try to get the laptop out of the way. All this crap out of the way. Leftovers from, oh, this one's got to go in the other project. This one. Project box. These things are kind of great for separating all your projects. So that would be a suggestion. If you're going to build more than one plane, you get a little bin, you get the parts. Like if you're like me and you're buying parts like when you can afford it, you get a little bin for that project. You throw the stuff that you're getting for that project in the bin, and then when you're ready to work on the project, you get your bin out and you got all the shit that you want right there in the bin. Yeah, 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. That is my life story for sure. Okay. And in the case of this plane, let me tell you that this plane flew beautifully. That was the plane at the beginning. You may have seen it. That was at the please stand by video there. I mean, I'm going to move this laptop over to this desk over here. Okay, sorry about that. Move this and move this. Move this stuff. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. Glasses. We're going to get everything ready. I should have really finished cleaning up before this live stream, shouldn't I? Have that is warm, this is cold. Yes, every project has a bin. And it didn't used to be me to a T, but it is now. And if I don't have a bin, I get a box, like a copy paper box. Because the bins are more expensive thanks to inflation. They used to be, 4 of those bins cost $10. Now they're charging $6 a bin or something at the same store for the same bin. It's like, it didn't really go up that high. You guys are just being greedy, nasty corporations. Okay, we're going to fire up the soldering iron. Let's see, we'll go back to this view. I think, yeah, I got to pay attention to where we are. Switch? Uh-oh, it's not switching. Oh, yes. Press the wrong button. Okay, so we'll put some light down on there. Is that better? I hope you can see. I can't tell what you can see for the most part. Oh, I got to turn this monitor back, and that might help. I think what I'm going to have to do is put that monitor on some kind of a swing arm or something so that I can swing it out over here. If I swing it out over here, then I can see what's on OBS, and I can make sure I'm not being a screw up too badly. Okay, soldering iron is fired up. Let's see what we're going to do. These are at different lengths, of course, but we're going to need blue, white, and red. We're going to get our little, that looks like it's 30 gauge, is it? Did I really use 30 gauge? I think I did. I wanted to keep it light. These things are great to get also if you're going to build a lot of planes. Oh, camera's facing me. I reversed it, right? If you're going to build a lot of planes, get these kits. I get it in, let's see, I've got boxes of 26, 28, and 30, oh, and 24. 24 through 30 gauge. Is great for all kinds of these little wiring projects and stuff. You picked the Dart 250. Excellent. Okay, well that will give you more room inside to build, it's probably a better choice for especially since, now that I keep thinking about what you're doing. Oh wait, you're a different person. You picked the Dart 250. Hey Blizzard, what's happening? You picked the Dart 250, not 8-bit. Gotcha. 10 drones and 3 wings. I'm kind of the opposite. I got 3 drones. I got about 5 quadcopters, 1 tricopter. Does this count as a quadcopter, these little things? And I've got some whoops. Not this. I'm not counting this as a whoop. This is a weird thing. I got a few whoops, 3 or 4 whoops. And I've got 10 wings. No, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 wings built. And other planes, the other kind of planes. Yeah, we got about the same amount of stuff. Dart 250. So yeah, I got to pay attention to who's saying what. Sorry about that. Okay, we're going to get back to this. Sorry, I get easily distracted by the chat. When there's even just one person chatting, I am just, yeah, somebody, I'm talking to somebody on about FPV. Cool beans. All right, so we need to do some strippage here. Change my glasses. Okay, when we see which camera I got going, switch cameras. Okay, and yeah, that looks okay. I think you guys can see. Let's get this one fixed right away. And then we are going to tin these. If I can get it twisted together, it'll tin better. Okay. Let's get some. I usually have a board and everything, but we're going to do this mid-air and see how it goes. I don't usually do it like this, but we'll see how it goes. I might have to rethink. Okay, suck it in there. Okay, whew. I usually turn on the fan, but oh, I just don't do it when I'm streaming, and I just got a huge... Okay, that is all just, I think, not even wire. Now we're going to get to the wire. So we'll try starting at 26, 28. There we go. Yeah, it's too bad that I broke this, huh? We wouldn't be at this stage. We'd probably be done with this plane. I think no, we have to do the... If we get this fixed, then the next thing we have to do is get the servo set up on the rear. And get the pan tilt. There we go, that's tinned up. One more. White one. So you can see the wire ends right there. It got stretched out. I'm hoping that this didn't get stretched out too much. So yeah, if you pick the Dart 250 8-bit as like your first plane to build and buy, I'm assuming you don't want to build one from scratch like a flight test type plane. I'm just with like a 3D printed parts and stuff like I build. You don't. That's the kind of plane I build the most often. That's not necessarily the best choice for most people. In fact, it's probably the worst choice. There are some advantages to it, though. Gosh darn it. I can't do this one. Is it because I'm trying to talk at the same time? Is it because my hands are that unsteady? Okay, so the idea here with soldering is that the wire is going to melt the solder. There we go. See that? The wire melted the solder, not the soldering iron. That's what you want. Okay, so now we got to get little bits of extra wire. This part, I'm going to move the wing down. I am going to get the little board. Oh my gosh, this board has some video cards and stuff from an old computer on it. Look at this beast. It's a GTX 5 something. It's a monster from the ancient days of gaming. And then here's a little mini wannabe video card. Beep beep. I want to be a good video card, but I can't quite make it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, I hope we're still on camera, sort of. I need to, okay, yeah. Turn this way a little bit. Bear with me. There we go. That'll give you the view that I have, I think. I hope. Sort of. Okay, so what are we going to do? We're going to get some white wire. Does that look the same as this wire here? I would say it is. So we're going to get a little bit of this. We're going to get about, let's take a look at this length. See, this is a different thickness. Why did I do that? Let's look at my connector. Why did I do that? I don't know, but that's what we're going to do. Oh, we don't need the white one. We don't need any of these. We don't need this end. I forgot what I was doing here. We're going to fix this. Okay, so what we'll do here is let's get this just cut off. There we go. We'll re-tin those and cut them and heat shrink and all that. Get the old heat shrink off and see how much we can get off. There we go. We can get that off. Almost. Not quite. I should have gone for the direct cut like this. There we go. Come on. There we go. Well, this is harder than I thought. I should have just cut it, huh? Okay, let's clean those up. We'll use the soldering iron to do that. We're going to see I cut into it, so I screwed it up anyway, really. But no, we can cover that with heat shrink. Yeah, okay. I've been wasting time. Let's just cut these short. We're going to cut them right about here. If I have to, I'll make a new damn connector. It's not the end of the world. Okay. Now let's get these stripped. I think I should go for, these are thicker than I thought. 22. That means they're 24. No, 24. They're not silicone either, they're plastic. That makes a difference. This one is silicone. So very interesting. I got a mismatch of wires here of all different types. Okay, so you can even see the difference in color. Some of them are copper colored and some of them are silver colored. Okay, let's get the wing out of the way so I don't burn it. Let's hope I'm in camera somewhere. How about right there? Yeah, you have to do soldering if you're going to build FPV planes. Just let me get that straight with everyone. Oh, the icons showed up finally. I was like, no, there were no icons in the chat for the avatars or whatever. I was like, why is that? Okay, we need some heat shrink. And let's see, shall we? Oh, this is the wrong box. It's a well used. Let's see. Do I have another one? Not that one. I have many boxes of these. Let's hope some of them have some little heat shrinks in them. I might have to open a new one. Uh-oh. This one doesn't have the little ones in it. is. I was like, I thought I had some. There. Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight heat shrink. Gotta keep lots of that around here. This is what I'm looking for, I think. I think that's the smallest I've got. Unless I have a drawer full of heat shrink too. The heat shrink drawer. Let's look in there. Let's look and see what we've got. I don't think we have any little ones. That's this cheap. Oh, here's the cheap Banggood stuff. Let's try that. Oh, it's leaking out. Let's get some of these out and try these. Okay. I bought like a bunch of heat shrink ones from Banggood. It was like $5. And it came zillions of these little tiny packets of stuff. So many that I just like spill them all over. I'm like, oh, whoop, whoop. Don't even care. Okay. We'll get the black and the red and the green and the yellow. Okay, we'll do different colors just for fun. All right. Here we go. The soldering part must come after we do the heat shrink part. So let's get some heat shrink on there. We're going to put that one on here. That's a pretty big piece, but okay. Let's get, didn't I get a red one? Let's get a red one. Get a red wire. Ooh, that one is very skinny. Barely fits on. If that one shrinks at all, while it's on the wire, it's not going to work. Okay, and then we'll use the green one for the white. That one's also very skinny. Okay, heat shrink is on. Now what we're going to do is the fun part. We're going to get this wing over here. And I've got no way to hold it steady. No way to hold it steady like I usually have. So we're going to be doing some of this kind of stuff. So first let's get this straightened out if I can. All right, so here we go. I hope this is on. Let's get it on this in the camera view. I can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, I know. It's like watching paint dry. I'm sorry. The FPV part is not here. Not today. This is just the, well, this has to do with FPV. This is definitely an FPV plane. Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm going to cut this a little bit shorter so it matches up better. I'm going to cut this just like that shorter. Okay, here we go. Let's get some soldering on there and do this. Oh my God, did I do it? I did it. Okay, now we'll get the red one. This is precarious, folks. I don't think I'm going to manage this. I'm going to have to put it on the surface. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to do it. Okay. I was holding it up so I wouldn't bend up the antennas and stuff, but screw it. Okay, this will be better. This will be better. What we'll do is we'll have this one and that one out of the way. That one we'll have out of the way, and then I can do this easier. There, that should be in view, right? I think. Plane repair 101. Oh my God, okay, so I'm a lefty, and I'm holding it with my left hand, and now I'm going to have to do the soldering with my right hand. Because I got this set up backwards. Because this wing is so big. Okay, here we go. Right hand soldering. See if I can do it. Got it. Okay, so this one obviously goes to black. I say obviously as I assume that those colors were matching. Okay, this one will be a bit easier. But I've got to straighten this out a little bit. Here we go. All right. I got to clean my tip. I hope it's in camera, so you can see what the heck I'm doing. That's the whole point of this. Got it. Okay, so now we put the heat shrink over them, and then we will finish it off. Oh, whoopsie. Here is an example of me being a sloppy. Okay, where's that one here? Here's what we're going to have to do with that. We have to cut that little bit off. And we can slide it over. Yes. Then we're going to slide this one over. Oh my God, these look terrible. They look awful. Well, it's only the receiver. Nothing important. It doesn't need a good connection. It's just the receiver. Okay, we're going to heat shrink those suckers over here without melting the wing. Let's hope. That's a little bent. That was a good crash. Okay. We're going to dangle this off the end here. And where are we with the... Oh, is it in camera? Sort of. Not really. Yeah, there. We're going to go down here. And we're going to point this away from the foam. Okay. Then we can put this back. Now we're going to put the plane back together. Well, actually, we're going to do the tail first. And, oh, we need to do the FPV pod too. That's FPV related. Okay, so back over here, I think, we'll stick this one back into here. And see if it stays. It seems to stay. And then what we need to do is, I should have thought of this before, we got to reinforce this a little bit if we can. So we're going to put the biggest piece of heat shrink the smallest piece of heat shrink that I can. Okay, so let's cut this down a little bit. Let's cut it down to like 3/4 of an inch, like 18, 20 millimeters, something like that. Let's do that. Then we're going to put this one through too. Left aileron. Then we're going to pull these wires so that they're in like this. We're going to add some heat shrink to this. That's what we're doing. Because yeah. Should I have made that longer? I think so. Indecision. How much did I cut off? Okay, so we want it to be about that long. All right. God, I'm going to be so happy to get this plane up in the air. With that pan tilt, this is one of the most relaxing kind of zen kind of planes to build and fly. Until it just nosedives for no reason into the ground. Okay, we're going to heat shrink that. Could I have gotten a smaller one on? Now's a bad time to see, but the next size down is this size. Yeah, I couldn't have gotten that on. No. Okay. Now we're going to heat shrink this guy. So we'll just go over here and we'll hang this off the table again. That'll make it look a little bit cleaner. We'll try not to melt the wing. There we go. Okay. All right. We're going to set that aside. We're going to assume that it works. We're going to hold off on verifying that for a little bit. And we're going to bring up the plane itself. Ooh! I did the tail feathers already. Look at that. How about that? So, what we need to turn our attention to, this is one full featured plane. Airspeed indicator, full pan tilt. Yeah, where's that? Let's get the pan tilt business out. Put the giant ass video cards from the past away. Video card museum. Okay, we're going to find a different spar. Oh, it's straight. That would have solved my problem. Okay, here's the pan tilt and the VTX mess. So this is our next project. Let's figure that out very carefully as I pull it out in a big chunk. So this is basically how it came out of the crash. Let's examine it, shall we? Everything's a mess over here. I can't see what you can see. Let's see. Maybe if I pull it away a little bit. What are we looking at here? This camera, I can't tell. I need to move the monitor. Okay, so I don't think anything broke down here. That's the pan tilt. The parts that broke are this part here. Okay, so let's take a look at this here. This went like this. So we need a screw to put in there. We need that screw. And then we need to remount this. So we're going to take this off of this mess. Okay, so let's see. How are we going to do this? I don't want to disconnect or discombobulate too much of this. I was trying to keep it all together. All right, can you see what I'm doing? I don't know. There. How about that? I don't even know if the chat's working. You guys are, is there anybody here? I don't know. Can't tell, that's okay. You don't have to be here. I'm still going to continue on. Okay, I need 1.5 millimeters for this. These are tiny. So we're going to, oh, this is probably disconnect. This is probably not even, is it screwed to it? It's screwed through it, but not to it, right? I don't think the screws are actually screwing into the split. This is a run cam, what is it called? Run cam split. This is not the one. I think Andy gave me one of these. He gave me several FPV setups, and one of them is like a nice one like this, but this is the one actually that I had gotten myself before that. Oh, it still doesn't come apart. Okay. We want to be really careful with that because of this connector here, this wire thing. This is not to be messed with. We do not want to mess with that at all. So this 3D printed part, why won't it come apart? What am I missing? Ah, the hot glue. Okay, so for the hot glue, we'll use our little pipet. Very useful tool. And I use them at work all the time. In fact, I just had to buy some from work. And I was looking for this pipet to buy again that I bought. These are my own that I got at Amazon. They didn't have them. The ones I got at work suck. I bought a bunch for work, and I bought 2 different kinds. Carefully. Carefully. Come on, glue. Did I glue it somewhere else? No, that's the only spot. There we go. Okay, so this one we need to take apart and put a new piece on here, which I've already printed. So, and this piece is a modified, this pan tilt is from Keith, he's from Louisiana. He's got a Louisiana, like, bayou name, last name, French, Cajun, whatever name. I can't think of what it is. Liette, it starts with an L. Anyway, he's got a channel called Bonafide Pirate. Everybody's probably heard of it. If you're watching this channel, if you're one of the 2 people that watch me, you definitely watch him. Anyway, I made a mod for that, and that's this. Sorry, I was doing that off camera probably because I'm not paying attention to what the hell I'm doing. So I made a remix to put, because he didn't have a way to hold the servo on the top. He just glued it or double stickied it, and that wasn't an appropriate. So his is basically this. His design is this, and you put the servo, the tilt servo, stuck to that, and I added this mechanism to hold the tilt servo, but that broke. So this carefully, let's get that the hell away from here. This goes on here like this. Then this thing gets screwed through it. And then the new one, where's my new one? Oh, I lost, Ah, crash. Hold on, I thought I had it right here. I have it right. I printed like 5 more of them, so there should be one. Here's my new design. I hope it works. This one doesn't have a top. The other ones had a top. Okay, so let's put this back. This goes here. This goes there. Should have gotten the screw for that part. Then this goes here. I could have kept that glued on. Then this goes here. And then these go through the whole thing. Oh, poop. I need to think this through better. Get it through here first. Get all 4 screws through this. Because this 3D printed part, I printed it, so that means it's not entirely dimensionally stable. Oh, you are there. 8 bits in the house still. It says 0. Oh, no, it says 2. 2 whole people watching. I'm glad you guys are here. Okay, so this is going to get stuck through this. Oh, and they get screwed together. That's right. It gets threaded through there. So let's do that. Let's get that threaded in there. Oh, got it through. Okay, got 1 through. 2 through. 3 through. Well, they're going. I lost 1. Okay. Let's find it in this. There it is. Yeah, having a pan tilt is so much fun. I just love. I have. Was the second plane I built with a pan tilt. The other one is behind me, the spear, the FT spear. But okay, now we can stick this through like that. Now we can put that there like that. And then we can get these screws lined up with that and get this threaded in there. This is the hardest part. And I'm going to have to get in the way of the camera. There's just no way I can do it. I'm going to get one started. And I'm going to go over to here. And get this one started. If I can. Oh, it's not going in. I might have to turn it sideways up. Make sure we're getting it. This was the hardest part. We're basically cutting our thread. We're cutting threads with screws. But I did this once already, so it should thread in there. This one's not going though. Let's see which ones will go. Oh, I got to get this put on. Let's get the screw for that. Let's find the screw for that. That should be, whoa, that was almost a major accident. That should be here. I got to reframe that, but should the screw be here? Here's the nut. There is the nut. There is the screw. Amazing. I don't know if I had washers on it or not. We'll see. Okay. Back to that one. Whoops. I hope we're still near the camera. Okay, so now this part, I just want to get this through here so it doesn't flop around. Come on, go. Guess I gotta thread it through. Let's get a 2.5. Is this even showing up? I don't think it's doing anything. I don't think it's going anywhere. I had this all put together before, so I know it goes together. Oh, it's going through. Just not very quickly. Come on. That's the beauty of 3D printed parts. Oh, stop. It's going to kilter. Oh, okay. Hold on. Now comes the time I got to pay attention. Okay. Oh, geez. Come on. It's going through. There we go. We got it. Back for another day of flying. It's going to go. It's going to work. Oh, yes. Okay, now let's get these screws back in here. Now I don't have to worry about that part flopping around. I can concentrate on this part. Okay, let's get this one. This has got, I should have, oh my God, what if this servo's broken? I'd be spending all this time and I'll have to take this apart. Why didn't I test the servo? We're going to screw this together a little bit and then we're going to hook this servo up to a servo tester. That was so dumb of me. It doesn't feel like it's working. It feels like it's broken. I never even thought of that. What? That was so dumb. Okay, this one I'm going to have to push to thread. Why didn't I wait? Why didn't I wait and see? Because I can't get it screwed in anyway. Let's see if the servo works. I think I broke it. I think it broke in the crash, which would make perfect sense. We'll stick this in here where it belongs. Which way did it go? It must have gone this way. Right? Yeah. Stick this in here. Come on. There we go. So this part is the part that I added to Keith's design. Okay, and then that. Oh, I should have put that in. Okay, hold on. Let's fix that too. So take this out. Put this in here. And put it back. There we go. Come on. We don't have the servo screwed in, but that's okay. Okay. Servo tester. That's the FPV pod, but I have a feeling, and I can see that it's got a problem down here too. It's loose. Gosh, I should have paid more attention to that. I think that's broken. That is so broken. Okay, so that is this one. That's this one. All right. Well, live and learn. Even though I've done this long enough, I should have learned by now. Live and learn again. Okay, servo tester is this giant contraption here, which I have to redo because I was using it to bind receivers, so we don't need the switch. Take this part off. Put that back there. Okay, so what we're going to do is change glasses, get the shop battery here, plug this in. Okay. Oh, we don't have that plugged in. So this goes into the servo tester here. We'll switch back to this camera. This goes with the negative on the bottom. Okay, so then we'll plug this, we'll get this to 1500. Negative on the bottom. Let's take that out. Negative on the bottom. Oh! Oh! It might work, folks. Oh! 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 Look at that! Oh my God, I am so happy. The reason I'm so happy is, you see how far that travels? I put in a resistors. God, why can't I think? I can't think because the camera's not pointed at me. No, I'm just kidding. But Keith at Bonafide Pirate also has a video about how to take these particular JX servos, but I don't think it has to be these ones, but that's the ones he used. So I bought the same ones as he bought from Banggood, and you put 2 resistors in, one for each side, because it's going to turn left and it's got to turn right. And if you want it to go past like the official amount that it will go, you put in these resistors and it goes way further. Oh, don't go that far back though. So that, oh, see, it does this crazy thing. So then I had to do, oh my gosh, look at that. That's almost 0. Oh, it's screwed up. Okay. All right, hold on. That's what happens to you when you're flying sometimes, because I don't think I used the right resistors, the same resistors as he used. So let's get it straightened back out. And let's put it back in. Hold on. It's at 1500. 1500. Okay. So what you have to do when you set this up, if you do it wrong like me. Oh shit, I broke it again. God damn it. Okay. Let's get this to 1500. I didn't have it at the right setting. Now let's turn this back to the front. You don't want that to happen while you're flying, by the way, FPV, and you're 5 miles away, because then you're screwed. So you have to be very careful when you do this mod. And you have to use the right resistors and make sure it doesn't do what mine is doing. But let's see. So what we want, let's go back to camera 11. Okay. So what we want is it to be, it's at 1500, see? And it should be pointing straight ahead. And you want to find out where it, how far you want to go before it goes crazy. So basically I went like to here, 1150. 1150 on this side. And then on this side, I went to 1850. That's it. So you set limits. You set your limits in your radio, because basically what you're doing is you're having iNav pass through those 2 channels. So your flight controller gets those 2 channels from the receiver, and then it puts them out on the servo things that you have set up within the iNav configurator. You have to do them like in a certain order because the iNav configurator hasn't. I think it has an issue, but I seem to be the only one in the whole world that does. Anyway, so like if you have servo ports, like this big flight controller in here, it has like 8 or 10. I can't even remember. It has a lot. And you have to use them in order. It's stupid. It's like if you wanted to use servo 10, you have to use servo 6, 7, 8, 9 first in iNav in order to do the pass-through. So anyway, to make a long story short, 2 channels on the pan switches and the tilt switches on my radio, the little sliders basically, the left slider and the right slider, are passed through the flight controller straight to these servos. So in that case, usually when you're running iNav as a flight controller, you would not have any special setups on your radio. You would pass the channels through straight through. You don't use expos, you don't do any programming basically for the flight control surfaces and things like that, the servos. They just go straight through to the flight controller, and the flight controller does the expo, and the flight controller does all the manipulation. But in the case of a pan tilt, those 2 servos, or just a pan, or just a tilt, whatever servos you're passing through, you just use a servo pass through, and you pass it through, and you set it up in the iNav configurator, which I'm not going to do right now because it's already done. If somebody wants to see that, I could show it off, but don't think so. So I'm just going through a long explanation. So you have to set up the radio so it only goes through those certain limits. And if I do it, I'll have to make sure I remember to double check 1150 to 1850. So we've tested that. Oh, we didn't test the tilt servo. Let's test the tilt servo. So this is the tilt servo wire. Let's plug that in, ground at the bottom. And let's turn it. Oh, it works. Which camera are we on? Here we go. There we go. See? There's it tilting. Tilting. It tilts. The tilt thing is better when you're tilting to the side. But anyway, it's there if you need it. Okay, so everything works. I am just amazed that it worked from that crash. So this does not need to be repaired any further. It's ready to go, except that one screw. Oh, and the servo. I need to affix this to the thing. Okay, so let's get this screw in first. And then we will, I think, put it together and test it, because that's basic. Oh, we have to glue the flight controller down. That's it. I think that's it. And then we're done. Another repair job completed. Yeah, it's good to see that it's not broke. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I am happy. I mean, it's just one less thing to repair, right? And this camera here, this setup. So let's talk about that. That's $100. The servo is the 180-degree servo is like $18 or $12. This servo was like $5 to $7, plus about 10 cents worth of 3D printing. So it wasn't cheap. This FPV pod is not cheap. And then we have the beast, the TBS Unify Pro 32 with my custom heatsink on the top. Yeah. That's another $100. This FPV pod is $200 with the antenna. Yeah. Ain't cheap. Okay, where are we? Gosh, I keep getting distracted with my blabbing. I'm sorry. Let's get this on. Let's see if I can get this threaded in there. We're going to have to get it to catch, and as soon as I get it to catch, it should go. There, I got it to catch. Sorry, I had it off camera, but I had to push hard. Okay. So, yeah, I think my addition to Keith's design is a good one. It's, it works. So I think, oh, I should have hot glued it. Because the screws, it works, but it's got an issue. And that issue is that the screws holes split the plastic when I screw it together. Let me see if I can find some finer screws. Let's see if I can get this in. There we go. If I can get it to line up with the holes. Ah, see, there's glue in that one. Hold on. We're going to take this servo off for a second. I'm going to mess with this. We need to see about why it's not going flat. And what's in... Oh, nothing's there now. What the hell was all that about? Okay, let's try it again. Oh, now it's lining up. Okay, we have got a box of little tiny screws. Where are those? Right here. This little box. These came from Amazon too, and they're very handy. So let's try probably the longest ones, which are going to be the 8mm. Now, I think I should try the 1x7x6. Let's try these. Let's try 2 of these. We've got to get our little screwdriver. Let's see, our little Wera fine high quality tool. These screws are not high quality screws from Amazon. They are shit. But they come in handy when you need them. I mean, where can you get screws like this? I don't know. I just don't know, besides Amazon, which has everything, right? Okay, I also need my magnet. Put a magnet on your screwdriver. Boink, and then it holds the screw. Unless it's aluminum. Okay, let's see. Now, we're going to see if we can cut this thread through here. See, it's already stripping. It's already stripped. Yep, I'm not going to be able to use these kind of screws. They're such crap. They are such crap. I mean, they really only work in certain cases, and I wish I could get a pack of screws like this that is not junk. But the world we live in today, it's either junk or it costs $10 million. Like if it was for a real airplane, there'd be probably some aviation quality screws or something. Okay, now I do have these kind of screws too, but these are way too big. They will split the little gripper thing that I made. So my design does the thing that I designed for to add to FPV, to Bonafide Pirates thing, does have its issues. Okay, that we're going to have to put on, so we might as well get that on right now while I'm thinking about it. That's this screw here. Oh, that's not the right size. I hope we're on camera, but... let's do it this way. Now we want to make sure it moves. I did it too tight. got to move nice and freely, but not vibrate. Okay, we need to tighten it up just a little bit. A little bit more. Get it to where it just starts to bind and then back it off. There. That's where it just starts to bind. That's actually perfect right there. That's how we're going to leave it. And I got to, what time is it? It's only 10:30. So, oh, Robert's in the house. How you doing, Robert? Drill it out. Oh, drill it out. The problem is that if I drill it out, that my cheap 3D printed plastic, it's going to split at the layer. I've been there before. We're just going to glue it. We're going to glue it because because that's the way I am. I can't screw it, so we're going to glue it. How you doing, Robert? Is it warmed up there? Is it above 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which is what? -6 or something? -10. Is it above -10 today? I hope so. Today it was cold here, but not as cold as it is up there, I'm sure. Okay, heat shrink is getting put away. Everything's a mess. Everything's a mess, Robert. Okay. Drill. Oh, I didn't plug in the glue gun. Plug in the glue gun. Okay. Glue gun is plugged in. While the glue gun is plugged in, say hi to Robert. Hi, Robert. CA glue it, then drill it. Yeah, you're right. That would be the professional way to do it. I agree with you. That would be what I should do. It isn't going to be what I do because first of all, I haven't purchased. I was going to say I've purchased. No, I have not purchased the CA glue for my 3D printed planes, which I should have mentioned that to 8-bit. I guess you could build. Hey, what's some good, really lightweight planes, Robert? Do you know of any? It was above 0 today. Excellent. I'm going to, you're going to have to excuse me for a minute. This whole time, I'm an idiot. I melted my wing. Oh my God. Zen and the art of melting wings. I can't believe it. I can start to smell it now. Now I'm smelling it. Oh my God. Oh my God. All I have to do is sand it. It'll be okay. I might have to have have uh, Kevin help me. He is the foam fixing expert. But holy smokes, what an idiot! What an idiot! Oh, no sound. Do I sound muffled? What did I do? Did I break my mic? Is it better now? Is it better? I can't tell. Is it because I've ruined my wing that I'm just like the aura of my voice has come down into a muffled... It's okay. I've done a lot worse. I've done worse things on this live stream. More stupid things, I think. I can't think of what they are right now, but I'm sure I will think of it. Oh my God. What a moron. Okay, let's get these ones out of the way so at least I don't put those back in the plane. I thought to myself before the stream started that I should turn the heater off. I said, turn the heater off, Selman. Turn it off. Sounds good. I know, we'll get it over it. I'm not going to be too upset. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I can sand it. And I mean, the whole plane has been crashed to bits. So I had to buy new wings anyway. I could buy more new wings. Could buy more new wings if I had to. Might be a while before I fly it. I was looking forward to it, but okay, we're gonna fly it just like it is. It's flyable. Oh, and I put the wrong spar over here. See? Let's put this spar in the wing, in the plane. So we have the two straight spars in this plane. So Robert, you missed it. I'll explain. You missed the beginning of the stream, and I'm glad you did, but I'll tell you how stupid I am right now. I'll turn my soldering iron off. Why did I have my soldering iron on when we finished everything last week? Why did I have it on? Because this spar isn't the spar that I had in the plane. I had this spar in the plane last week when I put the wings on, but I didn't have this spar on the plane. I had the bent front spar. And so that was making the wings difficult to put on, if you remember. And it also made the wings difficult to take off. And after the live stream was over, I went to take off the wings, and I'm pulling the wing on the side with the receiver, and I freaking pulled the whole wiring harness apart. So on this live stream, the first thing we had to do was repair the thing that I screwed up after the last live stream. So that's how this live stream's been going. On the next live stream, no, I'll do this off stream. We're going to repair that jazz. Oh my God. That's not like, that wouldn't stop the plane from flying even. But look at, I'll give you a close up. Look at that. Look at that. Oh dear. That's a nice thumbnail. No, it's okay, Robert. I'm not going to get too upset about it. Okay, let's glue this servo on. And then I think we have to just glue the... What are these? Oh, this is... Oh! Look what else I forgot. The little clippy thing. Okay. It's a good thing I saw that before I glued the servo on. Let's take the servo off. We're going to go back to this camera and make it fly more efficiently. Oh, man. Yeah. Deal with nerve pain. Oh, yeah, dude. I'm so sorry. I know how, I don't know exactly how you feel, but I sympathize because my significant other, she's got those things, and man. So 8-bit, I'm with you, man. I don't know what you're asking, Marcel, but welcome to the stream. I'm going to take this apart here Is it on camera? I don't know. I can't see. We're going to take this apart, and we're going to put this little clippy thing on. This little clippy thing's got to go in there through the screws. On the side that has the SD card. So I'm sorry I'm going to be in the way of the camera, but we can't not put the clippy thing on. Yeah, what's the next plane I'm going to build after this? Well, I don't know. I think I'm going to build, I'm not answering a question. I'm answering my own question. What are we going to do on this live stream after this? I only have about 20 planes to build. What I need to do is review the builds of the FPV combat wings. Those I have to talk about because we did make a big deal of those. Okay, so it goes on this side. Oh, come on. I took this out too much. Okay, now we put the clippy thing on. Then we put it through there. Then we put it back on here and get those screws lined up. Okay. Then we push down hard on this and get it to start. There we go. Let's go to this one. Star pattern. Glad I saw that before I glued this together. Then I would have had to unglue it and do another mistake on this live stream. At least none of these mistakes are huge. It's not like the TikTok video my girlfriend showed me where some guy's walking down the stairs with his like Millennium Falcon that he built out of balsa, and it was like this giant detailed Millennium Falcon. He gets to the bottom of the stairs, or halfway down the stairs, his dog trips him up. He drops the whole thing and shatters it. He's just showing it off like he just finished it. He's coming down the stairs and blasted into a billion pieces. And then he still had a smile on his face, like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Goblin. Goblin. That's a good idea, Goblin. The Nano Goblin. That's one of the ones I was trying to think of. How could I forget a Goblin? Okay. Whoops, glue. We got to glue before we do that. So where are we going to glue? We're just going to glue. Do we have glue? Yes, we do. We're just going to glue a little bit on the bottom here. And then on this things. And we're going to stick it on there like that. And that's it. That's going to hold it down. And we got a little too much here. We don't need all that. Whoops. Ouch. That's hot. Oops. Let's get all that off of there. We don't need all that. There we go. Now it's ready to fly. Of course, I didn't test this thing either. Robert's like, test everything before you plug it in. And I'm like, ah. You're right, Robert. I should have tested all these things independently. This probably will need to be adjusted once we get to the field. Okay. Okay, the last thing to do, the very, very last thing, besides fix the wing that I just fucked up. Uh, the very last thing to do besides fix the wing, which I will not do today here, that'll be too embarrassing, is to put this plane together. Let's get this hot glue gun away from my plane now. Oh, let's change the camera so you can see me walk around and do nothing. Let's get the plane and see how we're going to fix the flight controller. Oh, I need the glue gun maybe. Or are we just going to stick it down with double sticky tape? So I'll try to show you what we got going on in there. I don't remember which flight controller this is. F722 wing. So it's not a great, it's okay flight controller. 722 isn't the chip that you want though, really. So what are we going to do? Should I stick it down? See, it's got this fancy, you know what? I'm just going to stick the 3D printed part back down. How did I have it in there? See, I have it on a 3D printed cradle thingy that technically is supposed to allow it to slide out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to glue that down as originally intended by my original design. And what happened to the thing that I glued it down? I don't know. Is it possible that I didn't even ever glue it down and that's why it crashed? Like the flight controller, because it was the weirdest thing. I mean, I couldn't fly the plane. And yet, I don't know. Okay, let's get the double-sided tape. Where is it? Why can't I labeled these tape drawers so I knew which drawer was which. I have 3 tape drawers. Various types of tape. Okay, this is going to be rather difficult. But what we're going to do, I guess I should turn it this way so you guys can see. God, I'm so bad at that. Oh, there's another thing I have to fix. Shit. Let's look at this closely here. Let's get this. Let's see if I can get some wires to give me some slack. That is a bent pin for S5 and S6. So that must be where the pan tilt went. S5 would be the pan and S6 will be the tilt, if I remember correctly. So what we have to do is straighten these pins out, or else the connector will never go on them. And I think as long as we don't break them off. Oh, look at that. It did it perfectly. Okay, is there any other ones that are bent? No. Okay, so now comes the part where we're going to put some sticky on the bottom of this. And we're going to try to stick this down. If I would have designed it properly, I would have designed it with some little reliefs that match the wood cuts. And it would just go right in there and stay straight. Next time. Okay, what did I just do with the tape? Here it is. And what did I do with my scissors? I still haven't finished this area over here to put all my tools up. So like nothing is, my little things that hold all my tools are not up, so now I can't find anything. Like my scissors. Oh man, there's no scissors. I'm going to have to go to the workshop side. Let me just check these other workbenches over here. Or desks, I should say. Nope, I'll be right back. Gosh, what an unorganized person I am today. Melting my wings and breaking my connectors. Okay, I hope these scissors are halfway decent. Okay. We're going to cut some of this, and we're going to just hopefully get it on there and stick it on. So let's tilt this sideways and make sure that I can get access to the bottom like that. Yep. Okay. I'm just going to get one long piece that's long. Okay, so it only needs to be like about that long. Okay. Now we're going to get this stuck on the bottom here. Possibly. Right in the middle. There we go. Okay, and then we will peel it off, which is the hardest part of using this tape, because it's so sticky that it doesn't let go of the peely thing. It likes to stick to the thing that it's stuck. It likes to stick to the peely thing sometimes more than it will stick. There we go. Now it's got a ripple in it. All right, here we go. We're going to stick it on, not have any wires in the way, and get it straight. Like that. There we go. That's where we want it. And then I can still slide it a little bit to get to the, yeah. Okay. Flight controller stuck on. Airspeed indicator still plugged in. Okay. All right. Let's see if the whole thing will work. It's done. All we need to do is figure out where all these things plug in. This mess. Look at this mess. Look at that. That's the stupidest thing, is to put all these things on your canopy that's removable. Okay, so this one goes in the VTX, one goes in C1, and one goes, okay, so this one is the VTX. Hold on, let's get this sorted out. Am I on the right camera? Yeah, okay. This one is the VTX, and it's all in a tangle. Let's get it untangled. Let's see if we can twist this up. Everything came untwisted. You know, Robert knows I like to have my wires twisted, because I'm twisted. Okay. Twisted. This one must be the one that comes from the camera. Okay. This white wire must be the, I should have twisted that around too. This way. The white wire must be the, why aren't I doing this on the camera? I don't know. That wing thing really threw me off. Me melting my own wing threw me off. Funny how that works. This white wire must be the smart audio wire to control the channels stuff. Am I twisting it the right way? No, this way. Forgot to twist this wire with the other ones. So we'll just fake it. Like that. There we go. Okay. Now everything I think is prepared. Oh, I wouldn't even switch the camera. I didn't even switch the camera. I'm doing it all under the camera and I didn't switch the camera. Okay. I'm going back here. I don't know what the heck I'm doing sometimes, you guys. Oh, that's the other thing that broke that I'm going to have to fix. Look at that. The tab. The tab that holds it in. All right. We'll tape it or something when we fly it. Let me figure out what goes where. Okay, this is the cam 1. Okay, so that's going to go in first. Cam 1, it's going to go this way. Okay. Then the VTX and the smart audio goes right there. I'm pretty sure the smart audio goes. Uh-oh. Where does the smart audio go? I'll plug that in last. The VTX goes here. I think that smart audio wire goes right next to it. Then the servos. This is the pan servo, so that, or this is the tilt servo, so the pan servo goes on first. Pan servo, ground towards the back, right? Nope, ground towards the front. Okay. One more. The tilt servo, ground towards the front. And then we're going to go to the desktop, look up the F722 wing, and make sure that we're going to put the pin in the right place for the smart audio. Oh, crap. Set that right there. Okay. Now we're going to go, oops, see the lighting is in my way. I can't even get to my desktop. We're going to go all the way over here, desktop center, switch, there we go. There's our planes we were looking for 8-bit. Now we're going to do May Tech F722 wing. And let's see. End of life. Okay. We want that to find out where the smart audio pin is. Wiring and setting. So, TX4, where's TX4? TX4 is over there. Okay, that is next to Servo 6 in the middle. Good thing I didn't put it where I thought I was going to put it. So, I need to put my other glasses on again to fit that in there. TX4, there it is labeled. And I didn't put in the other pin for SDA and SCL. So this, I can never, I'd have to take the whole thing apart if I wanted to do I²C. Okay, there's the smart audio wire. Now we can stick this on. We can put it, oh, okay, so let's stick this on. And then, oh, it's not going to snap very well because there's no, oh, no. The flight controller is sticking out too far. Let's see. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Damn it. It can't go that far forward. Boy, that sticky stuff wasn't too sticky, was it? It's got to go back there, which is probably why I put it on that slider mechanism. Now, will that sticky stuff hold it? I don't know. It doesn't seem to be holding too well. Okay, so now will that go back in there? Yep, now we just need a tab. This is the locking for the front. Okay. There's the canopy. Look at it. It's beautiful. We're going to have to figure out a tab. Okay, let's look in here. I have some styrofoam bits. That's part of the wing. Was that the tab? I think that's the tab. I think that's the tab. Let's see. Let's see what it looks like. Uh-oh. It says OBS disconnected. Oh, yeah. Camera, Arthur. Why did he say camera, Arthur? I connected the camera. I connected the camera. Are we still stalled? Can you guys hear me? I think we might have lost our internet connection. We may have lost you. If so, I go, mwah! Bye-bye, everybody, because if you're gone, I'll see you next week. But if the internet's really... Oh, it's back. Looks like it's back. I think I connected the camera, Robert. I've connected the camera, the VTX, the smart audio, the pan, and the tilt. So we're going to try it out. We're going to plug in the wings, my melted wing, boo-hoo, and the other one too. Okay. So we're going to put it together. Let's hope it slides on easier than it did before because of the stupid spar not being straight. Get it on there. And then get these things connected. RX, black to black, stripe to stripe. And then we need to find the other ones. The left aileron, this is the right aileron. Where's the left aileron? There it is. Left aileron. Left aileron. That goes right. Oh, this is a much stronger connection than it was with that extra piece of heat shrink, but it's still kind of wonky getting it together. This is a pain in the butt kind of plane to put together. When you're out in the field, this is why I broke it last week. So there is a very big disadvantage to these planes that don't have built-in wing connectors, even though most plane manufacturers can't seem to get the wing connector thing right. Okay, one wing on. Okay. One melted wing on. Let's get the other wing. We're going a little long today because we're going to... Oh, just broke this top wing. Hold on. Got a stack of wings here, so we've got to be careful. The wing that I didn't melt is here. That's what it should look like. Oh, look at that beauteous, smooth foam. Okay, this is a 2-meter wing, so, I mean a 2-meter plane, so it doesn't fit in my workshop, really. See, I'm bending servo arms. Okay, this is the part. Okay, now we connect. Oh, look at that. All that wire just popped through to this side. And we don't want that, but we need 2 wires here, and we're missing one. So there's something missing. I got to fish it out. This is what I'm talking about. Like when you're at the field and you're doing this and the wind's blowing and, well, hopefully the wind's not blowing too hard. God, I can't believe I did that to my wing. Okay, there must be the wire, right? Is that the wire I'm looking for? No, that's the one to the... That's not the one. I've lost the GPS wire. Shit. Where is it? It's gone. It's totally gone. It's in there somewhere. I just don't know where it is. I should have fished it out before I put the other ones in. That must be it right there. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is insane. This hobby can be so insane sometimes. Is that it? Nope, that's the other one. That's the one goes to the other wing. Where? Oh, there it is. There it is. It's in there. I got to get a pair of pliers to grab it out. My big long pliers, where are they? They're gone. I just had them too. Oh my God, you guys. That's why it takes me 5 years to build anything. Yeah, I just had those pliers. I just had them. I used them to straighten the pins. They must be over here then. Straighten the pins, they must be over here. Yep, here they are. Okay, right where I needed them. There, I saw it. There it is. Got it. Oh my God. Okay, GPS. Ground to ground, stripe to stripe, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Then the servo. Sorry I don't have a close-up camera on all this, guys, but this is just, I can't fit all this on the workbench and figure out where to put the camera and put it all together and not melt my plane and all the other things. Okay, now we got to stuff all these wires down in here. Not break any connections. This is why you do wing connectors, but you got to do them right. And nobody does them right in the RC hobby. Very few people, unless you're, even when you buy expensive planes like my Fly Dream, they don't do them right a lot of times. Okay, all the wires are shoved in there. Little bits at a time. You got to keep, like, push it in so it doesn't get in the way, like that. There. Clicked in. Now I won't be able to get them back off. Okay, we're going to get the radio. On most of my big planes over 2 meters, I leave the wing on. Well, one wing on. Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's a good idea, except, yeah, it won't fit in this place. Okay, I got to get the radio. We're going to make sure everything works. We're going to make sure everything works before this live stream ends, because we're done with the Ranger 2000 until we do a flight video on live streams. We're done. This is the 3rd week, I think. It's not anything compared to the FPV wings that I did for like 10 weeks, but okay, radio.
Welcome to OpenTX. Switch warning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Loiter mode. Why? Thank you.
Okay. We are in the right radio profile. or model profile, whatever. Now we need a battery. God, I can't even get around this thing. Jesus. Okay, we need this. We need a battery. Charging station only, it says. Don't use this to fly. Don't use this battery to fly. We're not flying. Here we go. Oh, look at that. We've got, I'm going to have to check the limits on the, okay, can we plug it all, to put it all together? Oh, look at that. Look at that, folks. Ta-da! Okay, let's try the pan tilt. Oh, we didn't turn on the video. We'll get the VTX on there to make sure that we can do VTX. Let's do VTX. That is number 8. Oh, look at that, folks. Look at that. So we can look at that. Pan tilt. There's the pan. There's the tilt. Let's go to the side and then tilt down. Looking down at the neighbors. There's the computer station. There's the flight simulator station. Oh, we got to put some expo on this. Look at that fast rate of change. Okay, wings, ailerons, left up, right up. Let's switch back to screen. That screen, left up, right up. Did I put flaps on here? Oh my God, I gotta put flaps on here. I gotta program some flaps. Okay, rudder. Rudder is anemic, and rudder needs, nope, I fixed that. Elevator. Elevator needs some trimming. So I'm gonna have to mechanically change the elevator. Let's try, oh, the rear camera. Let's go back to VTX. Let's try the rear camera.
Situation.
Oh yeah,
All
there's
thumbs
the
up.
rear camera.
Why,
Thank you. Front camera, tilting, oh, panning. Woohoo! Yes, this is why I love the Volantic's plastic fuselage. It survived a head-on down spear crash, a lawn dart crash from 200 feet, straight down. You saw it on the video at the beginning of the stream. Okay, everything works. I haven't tested the motor, but we'll test that in the field, I guess. We tested that with iNav configurator. So, we're going to unplug the battery, and we're going to say our goodnight. 8-bit, and we had, who did we have new today? 8-bit's been here before, I think, but new again. And Marcel, thanks for watching. Let me go back to this view. Thanks for watching. Who else did we have? Go over there. There we go. Scroll up. Blizzard. So Blizzard FPV and 8-bit, thank you. And Robert, as always, I'm glad you're here. I can't wait for the maiden either. And I also would like to hear when you're going to be able to maiden some planes, I hope soon. I hope we get some, it's been so windy here. It's crazy. Very, very windy. But anyway, Robert, good night, everybody. 8-bit, Blizzard, Marcel. Glad it's ready too. Thanks for watching so much, you guys. We'll see you next time, next week. Bye-bye.